Hello, and welcome to the next installment of Lady Flint's show. Please like and subscribe. And thank you, Diaspora TV. Thank you, Mr. Allen. Thank you, Mr. Donald, for this beautiful, beautiful show such as this. And thank you for all the shows. What a blessing and a pleasure. I pray that you all are well and blessed and highly favored. Y'all know how I do it. Y'all will never guess who I have today. One of the guys that I have looked up to. He is my brother, another brother from another mother, but we are brothers. He watched me grow up. He ate my mama's cooking, y'all. So this is personal, but I just love the way that he gives back to the community. So enough of that. Let's get started. Welcome to my guest today, Mr. Johnny Haynes. Show him some love.
Hello.
Oh my gosh, I've been wanting to get you on here forever. And you look the same too since I was a little girl. Just got a little gray, that's it. But that's wisdom.
I'm a busy man.
That's right. But let's get started and dive on in. Let's dive on in. First of all, tell me your name, where you from, where you grew up. Let's get started and we gonna jump into all that good stuff you're doing.
Name Johnny Haynes, born in Boynton, live in Delray Beach, Florida.
That's all you gonna say?
That's it. That's where I was born. That's where I was raised up in Delray.
He's shy, y'all. He's shy. He's very modest. Well, anyway, I want to start out with what you're doing in the community. I want you to tell me, before we get to that, let's start. Where did you go to school?
School at Boca High.
Boca Bobcats. Right. And as you all probably know, he is best friends with my brother. I had the privilege, the honor, and the blessing to interview my brother a couple of months ago. But like I said, he was always at our house. My brother was over there because back in those days, like I'm so old, like we old, everybody knew each other's families. They knew, the neighbors, and everybody looked out for everybody. Lord, I wish we could go back to that again. And that's another topic for another day. But as you graduated from Boca High, what was the sport that you were known for? I want you to tell me what position you played, how long you played, and all of that. I want you to tell your story. This is your story. I want everybody to know how wonderful you are.
Which a lot of people don't know. I graduated from Boca High. I attended Michigan State University on a football scholarship. I went there as a tight end, but they switched me to a linebacker. So, from linebacker to defensive end. So that's a part of me right there, which some people don't know.
I didn't know that.
I know.
Oh my gosh, but when you go ahead, I'm sorry.
Because I don't like talking about myself.
Yeah, I know you
People
don't.
can talk for me. I don't have to talk, about me, because the things I've done.
Well, like the song says, the work I do, you speak for me. Let your
Right.
talents. My mother always said, God bless her, she said, let your talents speak for you. You don't have to say a mumbling word. And I get that.
Right.
You're humble, and I appreciate that. But I want you to talk about when you were playing, what coaches were you playing under at Boca High? They're legendary. Talk about that, please.
Coach Roger Coffey was my head coach. Coach Mike Raymond. Coach George Owensborn.
From what year to what?
From-
Can you say that?
For my sophomore year, was Coach Coffey, up until my senior year. Was Roger
Oh,
Coffey.
okay. And what did they I think if my memory serves me correctly, what did they call your squad? Because what position did you play in high school? Was
Tight
it?
end.
It was really?
Played tight end in high school.
I thought it was defensive back or
I
something.
played tight end and defensive end in high school.
Okay, so what did they call you and my brother? Didn't they have some nicknames? Come on now, you got to tell your story. That's why you're on here. Come on now.
They called me Ketchup, or they called me John Wayne. Those were the two nicknames that I had.
Now, why did they call you Ketchup and John Wayne?
Well, a friend of mine gave me that name when I was playing for the Rocks.
Really?
Greg McGriff.
Now we're gonna talk about the Rocks too. We're gonna talk about
nobody really don't know how he gave me that name.
Okay, but all right. Okay, now you said you played for the Delray Rocks. All right, and that still exists to this day.
Still exists to this day.
And I remember, I'm just gonna butt in. I'm sorry, y'all, but I remember when I was a little girl and my brothers played for the Rocks. And by me being the youngest and only girl, there was no option. I couldn't stay home by myself. I used to have to go there with my pillow and blanket and watch my old crazy brothers play. And I used to be sitting up there in the stand. I'd be glad when they get done, so I go home and watch Sesame Street. But talk about that organization. Now, when you were playing for the Delray Rocks, who were the coaches and how did they impact your life as a young man? As a kid, a kid, and then growing up to now, how has that impacted your life?
Well, my coaches was Coach Eddie Odom and Bill Smith.
All right.
And, they was like fathers to us on the field and off the field.
Right. Now, Coach Eddie Odom, better known as Red, was he still doing the baseball then?
Still doing baseball.
He was doing baseball at that time.
Baseball at that time.
Because my brothers played baseball and they played football.
Still doing
and
baseball.
I didn't remember him with the Rocks. I only remembered him with...
He coached me and Al.
Oh, wow. With the football. Okay, now how long did you play for the Rocks?
I played for the Rocks since I was 13, 14, somewhere around there, 14.
And that's when you transitioned into...
Boca High.
Boca
High School.
And then did you start right away as varsity?
I started at varsity.
Talented.
I don't sit the bench. I go to play. It's simple. That's it. Hey. Everybody say you being...
You go to work. That's what I'm talking about.
Cocky, hey.
No, but I
figure out
remember.
I figured out the best man on the field,
And you were so young playing varsity.
Hey.
I mean, you transitioned at 13, went to high school, and then you and my brother played varsity.
Both of us started as freshmen, started on varsity.
Wow. And how did that inspire you? Because who was your inspirations when you were growing up watching? You were watching pros or just watching other
I had older
people?
guys that Coach Crawford brought out to, teach me routes and stuff, like Fonzie Wilson.
Really?
Yeah, he was one of my coaches that showed me how to run routes.
Get out of
He played for Coach Crawford at Carver High School.
Wow. So they would show you the routes, and then would you catch on, or you just added your own stuff too?
I catch on.
I know you caught on.
I catch on. And from there, hey, I was doing my thing.
Right. So they inspired you. So Mr. Alfonso Wilson, he inspired you. But were there any players, instead of just coaches teaching you, were there any people that you looked up to?
I had a Vincent Mitchell, which is Bon Mitchell's son.
I know
was my quarterback.
Oh, and, wow. I just rest his soul. I just can't picture Vincent.
Alvin Price, that played along with me.
Now, they were older than you.
They was older than me.
Oh, I didn't know he was older than you.
Yeah, they was older than me. But,
okay.
Hey, don't worry about it, John. You're going to be okay.
So, were they at the Rocks or were they already in high school? Okay, gotcha. So, they were already on the team.
Yeah. Gene Tarver, he the one that said, Coach Crawford, these guys can play here. So, Coach Crawford sitting up in the stands watching us.
Wow.
So, those guys I looked up to.
And Coach Coffey was legendary. God bless him. He was legendary. And Coach Raymond, he actually he came to Spanish River, so he was a PE coach though at the time. He and Barry Hill.
Barry Hill was one of mine. I looked up to. All those guys I used to coach with at Spanish River.
You coached at Spanish River?
Me and Charles Ferguson.
When?
Hey, we want to go back now.
No, seriously, because
yeah.
I went to Spanish River.
That's when they first started out with Terry Strickland and all those guys. Ken Thomas was there.
I remember them.
He was out there.
Oh, wow. I don't remember for some reason. I mean, I just remembered Bill Massey.
Tom Cousineau.
Yeah, Mr. Cousineau.
All those guys.
I remember Mr. Cousineau, and I'm going to tell you a quick story.
We was out there.
You know his son played professional football.
Right, Tom.
So, yeah, Mr. Cousineau. I believe he played for the Browns. I'm not sure.
Browns.
Right. Now, I'm going to tell you this quick story, y'all. I got to interrupt. Coach Cousineau was my PE coach in high school.
Right.
He found out that I sang, and he hired me. He asked me, he said, Felicia, it was Valentine's Day, he said, I got this idea. He said, if I get you to come to my house and sing for my wife, he said, My Funny Valentine. He picked the song and everything, and I was so shy. I was like, really? He was like, yes. And everybody was like, you so crazy, Felicia, doing his son is playing for the Cleveland Browns, blah, blah, blah.
Great man.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, I watch football, but I was like not into it a lot like that, like I am now. But I watch football. And I was like, okay, so when I went, his son was there, but he had a broken arm and he couldn't sign the autograph. I was like, just my luck. But we took pictures and it was a great experience. And he was a very nice man.
Real nice.
He was very. I remember Coach Cousineau. He was cool.
So,
he was cool. So I had no clue that you taught out there.
I didn't teach out there. I just coached. I mean, Ferg was out there coaching.
How long?
We stayed long. We didn't stay long. We didn't have about that long. We did about a year. That was about it.
Who was the principal then? You remember?
I don't know who was the principal out there, but that was. It hadn't been. The school hadn't been up on about a couple of years because it was a young school.
Yeah, because I went to Spanish River when I am the first class to graduate
It was a young
from the 9th to the 12th grade.
It was a young school, so there was first year coaches out there.
Okay, because I remember.
Terry Strickland, Kent Thomas.
Right, I went to school with them.
Yeah.
Because let me see, I'm trying to remember what was the first principal's name. I can't remember his name, and I could see his face. But after he left, we got Dr. Johnson, and Dr. Johnson was cool. He made the papers because he would get on there and say 15 minutes and get the class on the bullhorn. So I would get slick and say, Dr. J, how many? He talking about 15 minutes, Felicia. So when he would see me come, he'd say 5 minutes, Felicia. And I would say, Dr. J, Dr. JJ. They talking about, you could say that? How can you say that to the principal? But he would laugh, but he thought, you know. But enough about that. So, okay, so you coached out there. That's no wonder they were winning. They was young, but they were good players, and as you coached them.
They was top players. They was good players.
They were good players. Yeah, they were good players.
Of course, Kent went on to Syracuse. He didn't really stay. Then he went into the service to the Army.
Right, and he still did well.
He still did well.
Because sometimes people, sometimes people want a dream, but then sometimes they get there and it's not for them.
It's not for you.
Yeah, it's not for you, and that's okay.
As
long as
you a career and be successful, hey, that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's all that matters. He did very well for himself. They all did, from what I see, and that's a blessing. So now I want to talk about the Rocks. How did you get to coaching the Rocks? How did you transition from college to coming back? And I love that you're giving back to the community. I love that because there's so many kids.
I came back in 82, 83, went out there, and Coach Gene Tarver asked me what I was going to coach.
Mm-hmm. You've been out there since 1982? Oh my God, I was in middle school.
He asked me to come out there and got on his staff.
Wow.
Gene Tarver, Coach Rome, David Peel, all those guys.
Oh wow. That's
Ricky
beautiful.
Jackson.
Ricky Jackson, the football player.
No, not him. It's the other Ricky.
Okay, I don't think I know him. Some of the guys I know from my brothers, and then some of them I don't know.
I coached with Gene for a good few years.
And what pound did you? Now, how many pounds is it for the Rocks? Tell me that.
They just switched up. Now it's different now, but we coached the 90 pound.
Okay, but when you started, how many pounds was it?
It was 14 when I started.
14, and what was the pounds?
It was 80 pound, 100 pound, 90 pound, 100 pound, then I think 120, 130.
Okay, all right. And where do you all play? Do they have a home field, or is it still?
Home field is old Atlantic High School.
And still to this day?
Still to this day.
Oh, wow.
That's the home field.
Wow, you guys played out there.
Yeah, we very successful. So
yeah.
Still winning. We have a 10U coached by Eric Davis. He's a 3-peat Super Bowl champ.
Wow.
Have a dominant team. 10U.
And what pound does he
That's
coach?
10U.
The what you?
10U. 10-year-olds.
Oh.
That's why I said it's so different now. It's no weight class no more. It's age bracket now.
Okay, so what are the age brackets now?
It's the 6U, 7U, and 10U. I think it is. I think it's 10U. Yeah,
And then
11U, then 12U,
and then
big boys.
so the 13-year-olds are the big boys.
Right.
So the Pee-wee, do they still have a Pee-wee?
They still have PS 6U.
Okay, so they consider that Pee-wee.
That's Pee Wee.
Wow. And what days do you all practice?
They practice Monday through Thursday
The time.
from 5:30 to 8, I think, somewhere around the 6:30 to 8.
And what if someone wanted their kids to get involved? How would they contact? Who would they contact? Would they contact the city or just a specific person?
Well, they put a board out on Atlantic Avenue showing registration, what time to start, when to start, and you go from there. You know, they have the phone number there, and you call that number. And when 9 out of 10, you go out to Pompey Park and register.
Okay, so when you say on Atlantic Avenue, you mean like on the poles or stores or?
No, on the pole right in the medium strip. They have a billboard there showing, you know,
Where?
on Atlantic Avenue. When
You
you come off
see-
95. When you come off 95
In there, right?
in Derry.
There's a board there.
Well, it's not really a board. It's just like you can pick it up and put it back in the car or whatever. It's not a big billboard, but it's there.
I've never.
For you don't come to Derry, you don't even come to the park.
I knew you was gonna say that. Listen, you guys.
She don't
I
come to
gotta
the park.
do. I gotta do better.
I'm still holding my breath for her to come to the Pompey Park, but I'm about to stop because
Don't do that.
She won't show up.
Don't do that. Don't give up on me. You guys know that I sang on the weekend and
Well, it's
I
not-
have to study, and then by the time I do recover during the week, and sometimes I work during the week. Sometimes I work on a Wednesday or Tuesday, and by the time I recuperate, it's
By Monday.
Monday. You know that's my day off. Okay. I'm on national TV, so I will come this Monday. Where am I going? Am I going to Pompey or am I going to Block 48?
You going to Pompey? You'll see all the cars. The parking lot is full.
And what time?
5 o'clock is 8 o'clock.
And it's hot, so I probably have to
Well,
come
they
like.
got somewhere you can get up under the shade, so it don't got trees up on the pavilion, so it's no excuses.
I'll come Monday, I promise. I got to come now, y'all, because I see it on
If not, you on the spot.
Yeah, no, but I do. I need to come and support my brother. I do.
Just,
I do.
you know, I'm out there watching the kids. I don't coach anymore, but I watch the kids. I can pull a kid to the side and coach him.
That's sweet.
Give him some advice how to do this, how to do that.
That's sweet. Now, since you're not doing the rocks anymore, which I had no clue, tell me about the T-ball.
I'm doing T-ball. I'm back at the T-ball now.
Okay, now how did you get started with that? But before we move on, how long did you coach the rocks? Tell me how long. You said 1982.
Oh, man.
Come on,
I'm
1982.
my son is 18 now. I was coach. He just stopped playing. He was 14, 15.
Okay, so 1982 to, you say he just turned 18, so 14. 2021. Gotcha. Okay, so now we can move forward. Thank you. Now let's move forward. Tell me, how did you get started with the T-ball, and what made you to decide to transition from coaching the Rocks football to T-ball?
Because I played baseball. People don't know I played baseball.
Wait a minute.
I was a baseball player first before I played football at Pompey Park.
Get out of here. I only remember football.
I don't talk about me. People can talk about it. So I was a baseball player before I played football.
And under who? I already know.
I was up under my team was Mr. Zach Strong. I played for him.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did have a baseball team.
Yeah,
but he also had softball too, correct?
Me and Charles Ferguson was on Mr. Zach team. Baseball.
Wow. Now he was doing that. Was Mr. Eddie Odom doing it at the same time?
Yes, they was out there with baseball.
So both of them were coaching. They just had two different teams, or how did it go?
Different teams.
Different teams. Wow. And how was it separated? Was it
We had different teams. Mr. Strong had his team. Horace Bull had his team. Pledge Lammer had his team.
I didn't know that either.
It's just Mr. Reb King had his team. We had about 6 or 7 teams out there.
Wow.
At that time.
And when you all were doing that, was it like all under one umbrella, or how did that work?
They're American League.
All of you all?
All of us.
Wow. And who sponsored you all? The city?
Nope.
How did you get your uniforms?
Well, we had, we went out and hustled, and we had people that sponsor our team, like Al Market, Mr. Hagwood.
Yeah, Mr.
Pledge
Hagwood
Lammer,
was great at that.
Mr. Strong. Those are our sponsors.
Oh wow! See now you're giving me history. See, because I don't. All I remember was Mr. Eddie Odom with my brothers, but I never knew that you played baseball.
Miss Yvonne Odom.
Right.
She's a big part of it too.
Wow, that's wonderful. That's amazing. So that's how you got. So what? So you're telling me that you were a baseball player. So what made you really just decide? Okay, I'm going to do this and leave football.
I didn't really leave football. Just needed started T-ball, some T-ball coaches, and I said I do T-ball. The kids are 4 and 5. They was at the time they had a little dabble league. Mike was running it then.
Mike who?
Oh,
no, I'm asking because I think I know who you talk about. He passed away, right?
Right.
I know who you're talking about.
He was running it at first. He had like a little dabble league. He take the kids 3 years old.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's
at the
so
time,
cute.
But as it got, then they started saying, you can't. You have to be a certain age. You got to be turning 4 to 7.
Oh, okay.
So I jumped on. I get me a team. I coach.
I do remember Mike doing that. God bless him.
Yeah.
I do. That's why I said Michael, because I'm thinking it's the same person. Okay, now what are the ages for T-ball, and how will they get in touch?
It's the same thing.
47.
From T-ball depends on once you get your team, you can have what time you want to practice. You can start at 5 o'clock. You can start at 6 o'clock. Whatever time you want. But at the meantime, you usually start around the last of December, January. People got to work with the kids out and stuff.
Okay. Now, how do they, if they wanted to sign up, it's still a board in the area? I got to find this board you're talking about.
Yes, you go to Pompey Park.
Okay.
And reach Terrence Thomas.
Okay, could you give the number to Pompey where they
can? I don't know the number.
Okay,
so
but
I'm all off that right now.
Oh, I got you. Now, what is the season for T-ball?
We just finished up, so we're saying probably like start up in January, February.
And it runs to when?
March, May, last of May.
Okay. Now, where do you all practice?
We practice at Pompey Park.
Okay, and
we play at Pompey Park on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays.
Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. And what are the times?
Depends on now. They start like 10:30, 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturdays. Tuesdays and Thursdays, you go from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock.
Okay, now do they have other teams? Who are the teams they play? All over different cities?
No, just have 4 teams from Pompey Park.
But who do they play? Each other?
Each other.
Oh, I thought y'all had like the Rocks.
No.
I thought they have other cities come in.
You play each other. Well, during tournament time, you would play. You go to Melbourne, you play like teams like that there, or you might go down to Lauderdale on a tournament and play. Other than that, there, regular season, you play your own teams.
Oh, I'm learning so much. Yeah. I'm so out of sync. I got to do better.
But you don't come to the park, so you don't know. That's simple.
He gonna keep telling me that. Y'all, I'm gonna get better, I promise. I gotta get better. I gotta make time for my city.
I'm a T-ball coach, I love it,
Yeah, you do.
And one of the coaches that they were saying, oh, you need to get a guy to Coach Johnny. Get him to Coach Johnny because, he's bad. He don't listen to them, so they give him to me. So they give him to me, and I'm just like old trainer. In a matter of time, I break you.
Right.
You need discipline, and you know how to act.
But see, you're the perfect person to
That's
do
it.
that because your spirit is so beautiful.
Yeah, I love them all.
You love you were. I mean, I knew that as a little girl. Like I said, some of my brother's friends I remember. Some of them I wanted, Lord, I shouldn't say that, not forget. But I'd be like, oh, I'd be glad when they go home. But you treated me like
I have them all, and you know, and I'd rather do girls than boys.
Really?
Because they listen.
They listen. The boys don't listen. The boys don't listen. Huh?
I can handle them, but they come with another plan. You know, I hate to say it, but I usually have like, this year I had 2 girls on the team.
So it's mixed?
Yes.
I thought it was separate. I thought it was girls and then boys.
I adopted the team this year. I had 2 girls on there. And I wanted to get an all girls team, but it didn't work out.
Didn't work out, not yet.
Because they wanted me to take this team for these young ladies. So next year, I'll be with the head man. So I'll probably pick up like 2 or 3 more girls.
Oh, that's sweet. And do you have returning kids that come
I
back?
have 9 coming back.
Oh, that's sweet. Because once they turn 7, you're done, right?
You're done.
You're done.
You go to coach pitch.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So what I try to do,
that.
I try to develop the kids, where when you go to coach pitch, you can hit, you can catch, and you can feel the ball.
Oh, that's amazing. See, that's they getting a lesson, a life lesson, and expanding their talents.
You know, they have a little championship game at the end of the year, playoff. You know.
Right.
So I'm just coming back, so I didn't get it this year, but I came in 3rd, which I was pleased because I only had babies.
But that's all right. That's good.
Well. But I'm all up to get to the top.
Oh,
Trust me, man.
I know you are. Now, before we wrap it up, tell me some of the disadvantages you see. The hard, kind of like not disadvantages, but hard complications you might come in contact. The conflict, like what is that's hard that you see that you would like to see changed. For as far as your T-ball, because now that's your main focus now.
Listen, understand. Me as a head coach, when I'm the head of this here, I have no problem. Because I have a meeting day 1.
Right.
You bring your mama, your grandmama, or whoever going to be out there over you, because I have rules that I go by. Right. And I set my rules, and that's my rule.
Right.
You come to practice, you play. You come to practice, you come inside the gate, you come to learn.
There it is.
Now, if you hear me barking, ain't somebody like no dog, I'm going to be right up on you. It's a little discipline, but in all, I love them to death.
I know you do.
Because
you can tell. Your face just lights up.
I just perform at a high level. Although you make a mistake hustling.
Right.
Don't drop your head, because the game is made of balls and strikes and outs.
Right. And that's good that the kids have somebody like you to look up, because we have so many kids that they don't have a father figure.
So I love that. I have no problem with the parents. Everybody, how you do? I have no problem with the parents.
Because you know how to talk to people.
I set my rules. And my rules is my rules. That's it. It's no talk about the president. Oh, you go get he know how I coach.
Right.
So I have no problem with nobody, And I love the kids. And they go home, and one girl said, I get tired of my son talking about, Coach Haynes said do this, Coach Haynes said do that. Hey,
but that's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Because, like I said, 85 or 90% is women.
Of course.
It's no daddies. I see it. And it's no hiding it. It's proven facts. It's out there every day. You see it.
Yeah, that's so true. But like I said, that's wonderful that you're doing that. So tell us, are you on Facebook? If somebody wanted to reach out to get on T-Ball and Delray Rocks, tell them again how they can contact to get on the teams, or just to,
Well, you can contact me, and I'll let Terrence Thompson know.
Okay, you want to give your number, or you want to give somebody else's number?
I give you my number.
Okay.
561-715-2218.
Repeat it, please.
561-715-2218. Don't call after 10 o'clock.
There you have it, my big brother, Mr. Johnny Hayes, just giving back to the community. And this is what I'm talking about. Give back, give back. There's so many kids who they do not have a father figure, and these are good work ethics he's teaching. He's showing them love, and they're giving the gifts. They're teaching them gifts that someday they may be professional. So with that being said, we're going to say good night. I love you all. Please like and subscribe again and again. And thank you, Diaspo TV. Thank you, Mr. Allen. Thank you, Mr. Donald. We love you. Good night. Much love, my big brother. I love you.
Good night,
I
good
love
night,
you.
good night, good night.
Good night. Good night.